Hello, it's Trey here once again with some training on Nfpa72. Today I'm going to be going over chapter 26 a little bit, and I just want to share some information that was kind of brought to my attention doing some studying. I'll be taking my test this week coming up so I can get my NICE at level 2. But I just briefly wanted to talk about signal disposition. A lot of times when you're just getting in the field, in the fire alarm industry or even in the security industry, as a new technician, you don't really understand like the flow of how signals are supposed to go. So today I'm going to do a short little diagram just showing the signal disposition. So give me just a second and I'll be right back. Alright, so today I just want to go over chapter 26, Supervisory Station Alarm Systems. What chapter 26 deals with is basically how the communications takes place from the fire panel to a station that is pretty much supervising the fire alarm system. Now you also have to remember that there are 3 types of systems that supervise. You can have a central station, you can have a proprietary, or you can have a remote station. Those are the main 3. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit on those few sections that you will need to know for chapter 26. So you can tab them, mark them, highlight them, whatever you want to do. So if we take a look at chapter 26, we're going to take a look at 26.3.5 facilities. Now if you see this where it starts off listing everything that's involved with central stations. So in 26.3.5.1 that deals with central stations. If we go to 26.3.8.2, up under those sections deals with everything that is dealing with guard tours. If we go to right here, facilities, section 26.4.3.1, if you read through this section, that deals with everything that is dealing with the proprietary station. A proprietary station is basically a company that pretty much monitors their own signals, and they are the ones who call the police after they've had someone go out to investigate it. Right here in 26.5.3.1, this is dealing with remote supervisory stations, and that's basically the same thing as a central station. Besides, with central stations, they go through a lot more strict requirements. A remote station is basically a communication center that receive the signals from your fire alarm company that does the monitoring, and you pay a monthly monitoring fee for it, and usually that's how it goes. 26.5.3.1 deals with remote stations. 26.4.1.4 deals with the transmission of signals. This pretty much goes through saying, sorry about the noise in the background. This pretty much goes through saying what do you need for signals to be transmitted. And I just want to highlight something real quick, a little diagram that I made, because I know sometimes coming in as a new technician, you don't quite understand the signal flow of how things go. So if we take a look at this, you have your devices that are out in the field. So the devices that are out in the field reports to the fire alarm panel. And this can either be a fire alarm panel or a security panel, but in our case, we're dealing with fire alarm system. So the devices that are out in the field reports to the fire alarm panel. These devices that are out in the field, these can be smoke detectors, they can be water flow switches, tamper switches. I know on EST panels you can incorporate access control and security stuff also, but since we're only dealing with fire alarm systems, your basic devices are smoke detectors, heat detectors, pull stations, water flow switches, tamper switches, and now we have carbon monoxide. So your devices out in the field hits your fire alarm panel. From your fire alarm panel, it does all the reporting and it goes through the dialer. From the dialer, it dials out. The dialer is either going to be a hard line, IP line, or a radio. Most hard lines are going away. It's very few jurisdictions now that still have copper lines. Most things are going to IP or radio. So from the dialer, it goes to either a central station, which receives the signals. It's either going to go to a proprietary station, which is a building or company that monitors their own signal, or it's going to go to a remote station, which is the same as a central station with less requirements. So it goes from the fire alarm panel. The fire alarm panel dialer reports to the central station. From the central station calls out to the fire department. So sometimes people think that, well, that's just how it goes. It goes from the central station and then reports out to the fire department, and the fire department gets all its signals from here. It used to go from the fire alarm panel directly to the fire department, but they took that out because you had a lot of people getting false alarms. So you have your central station, which was doing the mix to intercept those signals to try to cut down on false transmissions. So that's pretty much how the signal flows, and that's pretty much all that I want to deal with in chapter 26. As always, like I say, if you have if you know technicians or anybody else that's out in the field that can give good advice, I'm always open. So have a great day. Thanks again.